Please tell us how you feel, okay? Because we don't know. Okay, I don't get a salary.
Hello, welcome back to another episode. My name is Office Lady Sue.
Jobless Ezra. And I'm Lucas.
And today we're going to talk about work from home. Is it good or bad or just your opinion? So let's start with you.
I think work from home can be a bit can be beneficial to a certain group of people, such as like working mothers or caregivers. And I think working from home gives you like the opportunity to work-life balance is one thing, and also sometimes if you need to take your kids from school in the afternoon, it's gonna be easy for you. If there's like any emergency, such as like if your kids are falling sick in school, or like you need to pick somebody up from the airport, I think work from home is great. I think due to the fact that we experienced pandemic like 2 years ago, that's why a lot of people work from home, and I think it's quite easy. Like you don't need to dress up. You wake up at 8:45 a.m., go to your laptop at 9, open Zoom meeting and say, "Hey boss, I'm here." Switch off and go back to sleep.
Oh my god! I mean that's the truth lah. But for me, I think for me, I don't have an office. I don't work in an office. So I'm really just talking from my experience as a third party and watching my sister. So my sister was working at a bank at that point of time when the pandemic really hit. I think the good thing about working from home is definitely the traveling. Like you really don't have to travel. And I think for people, especially people who don't have a private car, like they have to use public transport. I see the peak hours, like the rare times that I have to leave the house during the peak hours. Imagine having to go through it every day and 1.5 hours just to travel to work, another 1.5 hours back home. It's literally a waste of 3 hours of 24 hours.
And like it doesn't factor in the fact that traveling is quite emotionally and physically draining as well, especially during peak hours. And as women, the more peak it is, right, the more you have to watch out for your body because you get harassed in the train during those times, like public transport. So it's just a lot of factors that we don't really think about having to travel back and forth from work. Yes, never mind. Sorry,
Okay.
Go on.
Yeah,
sorry
but
about
the
that.
bad thing I saw was my sister was working way past her hours. Like there is no stop because at least back before their work from home experience, a lot of things were in secured servers because it's a bank. So everything has to be done on the company's desktop and the company server. So when the bank allowed them to take the work laptop home, there is no end, and her job never ends. It's because it's customer servicing, so it really never ends. And because her customer and her clients are working from home as well, the cycle just never ends. So she got calls at like 12 a.m., 2 a.m. Yeah, so my sister literally, she worked, she took a nap at dinner time, which is usually when her least busy hours. She's up by 10 p.m. and she starts again until 2 a.m. And the next day she does the same cycle again. So it was really quite bad. The only time she got a break is when banks close. And that's official, like there's no choice. The weekends the banks are closed. Yeah, but apart from that, there was no cut off. So I think it's really a pros and cons game, and I think the industry plays a very big part.
Yeah, I agree with you because bank is ultimately one of the longest hours that you have to work.
Yeah, it was really tough.
Yeah, because you mentioned about working mothers and stuff, but I also think it's beneficial for everyone in general.
Yeah.
But as long as you don't abuse it. Actually, to be honest, I don't care if you go back to school. It's not like I'm a manager or I work like in office work. I used to do that before, but I really don't mind as long as you get your job done and you're diligent about it, right? Because there are research that shows that like sitting in your desk for 6, 7 hours, it's not actually productive. You can get a lot of things done in a shorter amount of hours. So it's really about how much time. I'm losing my train of thought again, but it's about how you divide your time, like divide and conquer. So for example, right, a lot of my office friends right now, they will be like, I cannot drink, I cannot stay up very late because I have office tomorrow. Unless they have like work from home, then they're like, well, actually I work from home tomorrow, I don't mind, I can actually like sleep in a little bit more. Then that's what, it's like, it helps you with work-life balance, and why not, right?
But does it, okay, so I think the argument for a lot of Singaporean managers or even old school managers is like the work environment. Let's say going back to the industry thing, or let's say you are in a engineering firm and you need to collaborate with your partners and your colleagues. It's one thing to do it over Zoom, but as we all know, Zoom meetings are super unproductive. In my opinion, Zoom meetings are super, because when you ask people for ideas, they can just easily not answer. Whereas when you are in a real like people scenario, because now I'm doing group projects, and sometimes our Zoom meetings are just one person explaining what needs to be done, and everybody say okay, then they'll just hang up. It's so easy to do that, you know what I mean? Like, and if it's like, let's say you're producing a movie, you know, you gotta brainstorm like what's gonna happen. You need to problem solve. Hi, there's this big problem. Can we arrange a Zoom meeting in 10 minutes? Then someone will say, oh sorry, I can't do 10 minutes, can we do 20 minutes? Then someone will say, I can't do 20 minutes, can we do 30 minutes? Then the cycle just goes on and on. By the end of the day, you like that problem cannot get solved immediately. Whereas in an office scenario, you can just stand up from your table, your desk, and like, hey Ezra, can you come and see this? I need to solve it now. And that problem like gets done, and it's settled.
So it's a double-edged sword lah, and also really depends on the industry and the dynamic of the team itself. But what do we know? We are unemployed and we are just freelancers.
Hire me, please. Thank you.
Student, freelance, and unemployed.
So what do you think? I think you are more qualified than
Yes,
us.
please tell us how you feel, okay? Because we don't know. Okay, I don't
Yeah.
get a salary.
Comment down below, a new video every week.
Bold, say people, say yourself, bold perspective.
Bye, guys.